Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, and welcome to what is going to be the first of a few support videos for the Fire Emblem 7 project. Basically what these videos are going to consist of is they're going to consist of the support conversations that I'm going to be trying to get throughout my two respective playthroughs of both Eliwood mode and Hector mode for the Fire Emblem 7 project. And essentially what support conversations are is they're conversations between characters that can have a couple of different purposes. For one, it can give you some kind of backstory and information about certain characters as you develop relationships between two of your characters. And it can also give you some neat little battle bonuses as well. And this is one of the things that I really like about not just this game, but also just the Fire Emblem series in general, that there are like these stories for each of the characters, and you can actually learn them through interacting with other characters, and that's like a really cool aspect of the Fire Emblem series. I wouldn't say that the way it's done in this game is as good as it's done in like future games like Fire Emblem Awakening and Fire Emblem Fates and whatnot, but still, I do think this is a really cool aspect of this game, and I wanted to make sure that I actually showcase this while going through the project. The only problem is it takes a really long time to develop these support conversations and these support relationships, because essentially what you have to do is you have to wait a certain number of turns next to each other before the support conversations can actually become an option. And in some cases you could be waiting for a very long time just due to the nature of the game, and you know, if you want to try to breeze through the maps, you're not really going to have the chance to really do these support conversations. So it's kind of a trade-off. It's either you try to get an A rank on your file, or go through the game slowly, get as many support conversations and stuff of that nature. It's really up to you in that, right? But just to give you kind of a perspective about how long it does take, it takes about 80 turns for a unit to normally get a support conversation, and there are 3 support conversations per character, with exception to 2 characters will be getting a little bit later, but I'll talk about that then. But yeah, every character has 3 support conversations: a C support, a B support, and an A support. The A support is obviously the best. You'll get the best battle bonuses, and in some cases, if a unit really becomes like super compatible with another one of your units, it can actually change their character epilogue ending as well. And I will be trying to aim for a couple of those just to kind of showcase them and basically show you what could be for some of the units in this game. So in that right, you have to wait about 240 turns normally to get all the support conversations. And more than that, you can only do 1 support per battle, so you have to wait 80 turns in one battle, then 80 turns in another battle, and then 80 turns in another battle. Now, there are some characters where it won't take that long, because some characters have pre-established relationships, and they might be more compatible. So, for example, Eliwood and Hector, they only take about like a few turns, like single-digit turns to develop support relationships. Same with like Lyn and Florina. So characters who are already close generally won't take as long as other characters. Again, to put it in perspective, one of the conversations in this video is going to be Will and Raven, and that actually took 80 turns because those characters didn't really have much of a relationship, so it's essentially just kind of building it from the ground up. So as a result, I had to wait the 80 turns. But like in some cases, because they have like pre-established relationships, your support points will already start at like 70 or something, and because of that, since you only have to get 80 turns, it'll only take like single-digit turns to get there. And there is a case where some characters will actually grow their relationship a bit faster. So in a sense, like you could start at 70 points, and then you could also have like 3 points per turn, so then you'll get to 80 faster. But then there's some characters that'll start with 0, and you only get 1 point per turn. So that's basically how it works. And another thing that's also important to keep in mind is that for support conversations, you can only get 5 support conversations per character per playthrough. So in some cases, you can only get an A support and a B support. You can get an A support and 2 C supports. You can get a B support and 3 C supports, 2 Bs and a C, or you could just do like all Cs, but you can't have like more than 5. So if you want to get A supports, you got to make sure you get that A support before you raise like another character's relationship too high, or for example, you get like 3 characters that B support, because if you do that, then yeah, you're not going to be able to get that A support, unfortunately. So yeah, just a couple of things to kind of keep in mind while you're going through the game and whatnot. And as far as the battle bonuses are concerned, basically depending on how much you develop the relationship, when you have a C support, you'll usually get the effects just being 1 space away, B support 2 spaces away, and then A support 3 spaces away. And the boost can range from basically an attack increase, a defense increase, a speed increase, or an accuracy increase. And yeah, that's basically what that could benefit in developing those supports. And a lot of those effects are dependent on the unit's affinities. I don't really know all about that. There's a website called Serenia's Forest, which has a lot of great information about all that stuff. It can also tell you, which characters can support with who and whatnot. And of course, a lot of other information as well, just for not just this Fire Emblem game, but other Fire Emblem games. But if you don't want to use that resource, you can also find out who can support with each other by looking at the Fortune menu when you are in the Battle Preparations menu. So you can look at the supports there, who can support with who. And also, once you beat the game, you have a support menu in like your main menu, so you can also take a look at that as well. And it'll also chronicle and save all the support conversations you did get in the history of your cartridge and or game file. So yeah, that's basically all I've got. I'll probably explain some more things as we go throughout the playthrough. Like I said before, I can only get 1 support per battle, so this is going to be mostly a lot of C supports, and 1 B support, because I did get the Ninian Eliwood C support already. So yeah, that's basically what the rest of this video is going to contain. So hope you guys enjoy the support conversations. If I missed anything, you can obviously post that in the video comments, and I'll try to highlight that as, yeah, that's right, this is something else you should probably learn. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you guys later. Enjoy the supports. Later, folks. In Fiora, every year, we hold a grand harvest festival. Everyone in the land comes to eat, drink, and dance. That sounds like fun. You should come too, Ninian. Everyone would be happy to see your dancing, I think. The one you showed me the other day was truly beautiful. Thank you. My mother, too, loves dancing, She would be pleased. At festival time, she dances all night like a young maiden. My father always clucked his tongue and shook his head, but each year he would dance with her until the dawn. Ah. Forgive me. You must think of my father often enough. No, it's all right. I mean, not compared to you, Lord Eliwood. Ninian, remember what I told you? My father's death was not your fault. You should not blame yourself, not at all. But Lord Eliwood, you're wrong. You don't know everything that's... What? I have been deceiving you. Deceiving? What do you mean? It is just... I'm sorry. Ninian? Ninian, don't cry. I don't know what has happened, but I do know I never want to see you so sad. Rath! Ah, Lynn. Thank you, Rath. You saved me again. I need no thanks from a fellow plains dweller. Actually, there is something I've always wanted to ask you. What's that? Are all Kudala men so quiet? My father and the other Lorca men didn't talk much, but they were gossiping magpies compared to you. And you never smile either. Why? Are you mad because I dragged you in here into this? Are you angry with me? Because if you are, I'm not angry. But you don't talk. There's no need. Oh. Are you Kent? It's nice to meet you. Forgive my rudeness, but who are you? I am Fiora, the Pegasus Knight. You have been looking after my sister. Allow me to thank you. Oh, yes. When we were in Kalen, Florina spoke of you often. Oh, what did she say? That you were a lot like me. Oh, in what regard? Well, I'm not really sure. I just remember her saying it. Well, Fiora, it is an honor. Let us fight together and ride on to victory. Yes, let's. I think that together we can fulfill any duty. Lady Priscilla, are you all right? Ah, Urk, I am fine. Thank you for checking on me. Not at all. That is my duty. You are not tired? No, I'm quite fine, really. Your feet, they are not weary? Your shoulders, are they not tense? They're fine, really. And your belly, is it full? Your throat, dry? Are you sleepy or bored? Urk? Ah, yes, sorry. Hard to break old habits. Eh? My last lord was a very willful child, you see. He would call me over the slightest things. That is past now, though, of course. I see. Should I be asking you to do more, then? Oh, no, this is just fine. So, who's next? Come on, attack me. Huh? What? Oh, you're on our side, right? You've got a sort of slack-jawed look about you. Dan? Hey, you're Dan, aren't you? Wow, how have you been? And hey, what are you doing here anyway? What's it to you? The name's Dart, and I'm a mate on Fargus's pirate crew. You're Dan, right? No. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Are you sure you're not Dan? Will you knock it off? Fine, just say you're not Dan and I can take a hint. I was just an honest mistake, you know. Man. What was that about, and who did he think he was messing with anyway? I'd run him through as soon as I look at him. Lady Lindis, how fare you? Kent, I'm glad to see you here. But I'm fine. Did you doubt my abilities? Of course not, Lady Lindis. You know me better than that. Still, one can never tell what will happen on the battlefield. Please, take good care of yourself. Thank you, Kent. It's nice to know you're always looking out for me. But of course, I am the Lady Lindis' servant. It is my duty. Lady Lindis? Nothing. Let us go, Kent. My lady! Lord Brother! Ah, Priscilla. It is I. Might I be with you a moment? Certainly. Thank you. Something wrong? I am very happy to be next to my Lord Brother like this. I have dreamed often this day. Lord Brother? Do you remember this ring? What's that? You have forgotten. That is too bad. When I was young, when I was with you in Cornwall, you made a promise to me, brother. You said, when I grew larger, you'd take me as your Yes, but surely. Priscilla? Yes, I know. It was a child's game. So you said to me as I cried and cried. And then you gave me this ring. And you still... I am still a child. So allow me one more childish wish of you. Please, let me stand here by your side. Don't make me suffer in loneliness again. Greetings! We seem to run into each other often. You're Raven, right? I'm Will. Nice to make your acquaintance. Ah. Say, Raven, I've got a question for you. As a fellow in arms... What? How old are you? Why ask me that? I was just thinking that we're probably about the same. But you've got this aura like you've seen it all. And you talk like you're older, so maybe you are, I thought. And what if I am? Eh? So you are older. Ah, I should have shown more respect, eh? Very well. I shall treat you as my senior in all things henceforth. Nice to make your acquaintance, senior.